Sim, appreciate your time. Let's kick off with your micro banking model and the rationale behind this strategy. You are targeting income earners that are earning less than 3,000 Rand a month, and there must be some risks associated with targeting the lower LSM. First of all, just kick off with the rationale behind the strategy.
So, Bronwyn, we live in a country where 15 million people are unbanked, of which 2 million were previously banked. And we live in a country that has got high levels of poverty and unemployment. And we are a financial institution that, in a sense, is a banker to the nation. Given that, you can't avoid confronting this level of the market and needing to provide solutions that are appropriate to them. To think about it differently, as a responsible corporate citizen, it is our duty to find innovative ways of meeting the needs at this end of the market in a manner that meets the interests of our shareholders.
Why only now, Sim? Why didn't Standard Bank embark on this strategy a long time ago?
A couple of things. We've been working on it for quite some time, and there are elements of the strategy that have been executed in different ways, like, for example, the Mzansi product. But it is also true to say that financial institutions normally start at the top end of the market. So if you look at the theory of the development of banks throughout the world, they start with the corporates, then private banking, then the middle income, then mass markets, and then only do they apply their attention to the very low end of the market.
What does this do for the exposure to risk for Standard Bank? Is it going to be significant, given the fact that this is also an area of the market that is relatively uneducated in terms of banking principles? So are you embarking on a significant strategy to educate people about managing money?
Indeed. So first of all, it is not a true statement to say that this is necessarily a higher risk area in banking. There's evidence in countries like Mexico and South America with banks like Banco Compartimentos, who have shown that in this end of the market, clients are actually better payers than the top end of the market. So if you've got the appropriate structure and the appropriate strategy, it has been shown that you will generate returns that are acceptable for your shareholders.
What is the rationale though behind it? You point to a bank in Mexico. The rationale behind the fact that your lower income earners are potentially better payers of this type of debt than your higher income earners?
Those are the facts. Those are the statistics from businesses such as those from banks in Bangladesh and banks in Indonesia who have done this. The fact is, though, we're not going to be going helter-skelter into this end of the market. We're not going to be betting the bank on it. We'll do it slowly and judiciously. Like, for example, we have piloted in 4 sites throughout the country, have built small loan books and are building them up very, very slowly and growing as we learn. And so if you were a shareholder and you were concerned that we were going to be ramping up the risk at Standard Bank, nothing could be further from the truth.
The distribution channel, mobile banking, is obviously going to play a key part of this strategy. Can you elaborate on that line?
Indeed. So you've seen competitors in South Africa fiercely competing with money transfer and using innovative technologies to compete. However, I have to say that money transfer is only a component of the value proposition for this end of the market. These people, like anybody else, need to save, invest, borrow, pay, prepare for death, and so forth. And the value proposition has to cover all of that. But like you say, importantly, the way you service and the way you deliver cannot be the same as in high street banking. It would be far too expensive. And so you need innovative ways. Technology, cell phones, and the use of communities and community structures.
What about the competitive landscape? The likes of Capitec, African Bank spring to mind. Are they servicing the unbanked population, or are they still a tier above that?
No, they're servicing what one would call the banked population. It's a fiercely competitive business, even at that end of the market. As you know, we've got 8 million customers at Standard Bank, and a large proportion of that 8 million sit in that space that is serviced by the likes of Capitec and Able. We have the highest regard for them, but we fight tooth and nail in the market for that segment. But what you and I are talking about now is the segment below that.
Yeah, you say people earning less than 3,000 on a monthly basis. You've obviously also had to, in terms of your product offering, have you kept them relatively simple in terms of the number of products that you offer, just to cut out red tape?
Yeah, at this end of the market, it would be no more than 5.
Five key products.
Yeah.
Can you perhaps just give us a rundown of those before we let you go?
It would be products that would meet people's needs to move money around, so money transmission. It would be savings. It would be funeral. It would be insurance, life insurance, and it would be savings.